Assalamu alaikum, family. Ramadan Mubarak. So, let's get straight into it. If you're watching this, that means that you made it through day one of Ramadan. Kudos to you. Kudos to me, because girl, it's been a struggle. Nobody's really talking about the struggles of what it is to go through Ramadan. And mine have been not even short of amazement to me that I made it through. But I did. I really did. And I'm so proud of me. So today we're going to talk about the real struggles, the ones that people don't want to talk about. I'm going to talk about it, okay? The good, the bad, and the ugly. I have my notes, so I'm going to be looking down. But day one of fasting. Now, I do my fasting throughout the week, Monday and Thursdays, the ones that are obligatory. But some days, depending on what's going on, I slip up. But now I feel even more pressure than ever to make sure that I get it done during Ramadan. But I just want to keep it all the way 100. It's a struggle, and I'm struggling. Let's start with today is the 18th. Alhamdulillah. I went ahead and started my menstrual on the 17th. Yeah. So all my little plans of making sure I do all my 5 daily prayers, yeah, that went out the window. That went out the window, literally, because instead of doing my prayers like I would usually do, now I have to fill them with just reading, doing du'as, reading from my dua book, and educating myself on different things about Ramadan or Islamic information, which I'm totally okay with. But I want to do my prayers. Like, I feel guilty. I'm not even going to lie. Like, this is my first Ramadan. Like, I wanted to start off with doing my prayers. So that was just a little struggle for me thus far on day one. But I am in great spirits now that I'm home. I went to work this morning, felt like crap. Like, I had a headache. I woke up very disoriented. Like, I had all these plans, but it's so funny. We plan things out, and then Allah's like, okay, let me show you something. Let me just throw this little razzle dazzle in there. But yeah, it was a struggle this morning. Okay, so first, let's talk about the shock of your body. Now, let's be honest, your body just wakes up confused, because that's just exactly how I felt this morning. I'm just reading my notes of just my thoughts, what was going on this morning that I went ahead and notated. So I woke up for Zuhud, half asleep. I'm questioning all my life decisions. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a come to Allah moment about my life choices. By midday, I was already ready to go home from work. I was cramping. I wasn't my normal self, and other people could tell it, and I was just ready to go. So I left. Surely did. My head was throbbing, my stomach cramping, and it's screaming, feed me. Like, I can literally hear my tummy, like, like every few minutes. I promise you, it was so loud. And energy, can we say non-existent? Like, I had no energy. Like, I just felt drained, along with I'm mensing. I'm on my mens, so my energy level is already down on top of being hungry. So this has been a mental and physical trial for me today, for sure, on day one. Your body is adjusting, for sure. I can feel an adjustment. The headache has subsided a little bit. I am counting like every minute, every hour. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm looking at my Quran app, looking at when it's time for Maghrib and when it's time to go ahead and start praying. It's now Asher, 3:50 on the dot. I just got the notification right there at the top. So I got one more prayer to go through while I wait to go ahead and feed my famished stomach. But discomfort, I take it as I'm experiencing what the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, experienced. You know, I have to remember that there are some people out there that experience this every day. So who am I to complain? Like, I'm joking and whatnot, and yeah, I was going through it, but I also have to self-reflect. Like, hey, my situation could be a lot worse, and my situation is amazing. So how dare I complain? You know, how dare I? So for sure, I'm definitely looking into ways where I can make up these days. I have already started some prep for tomorrow to go ahead and feed at least up to 10 to 20 homeless people within the high school area that I attended high school and I graduated from. So I'm definitely going to work on that tomorrow on my day off, is to go ahead and create little lunch bags and pass them out to make up for those days that I wasn't able to pray. Okay, so let's get into the next part, girl and boys. So it's a mental battle. Like, you're going through, honestly, like a mental warfare, okay? The first day is just not about physical. It's definitely a mental thing, a mind over matter thing, as I call it. I named the note that mind over matter. Um, Kind of almost like, I don't know if you guys know the title from Octavia Butler, but Mind of My Mind. Baby, I am literally going through it with my mind and just trying to keep positive thoughts and not overthinking and not trying to be on social media. Like, I'm trying to fast from a lot of things. Um, it's so hard when you're so used to just, oh, I'm going to pick up my phone and start scrolling. No, I've had to stop myself multiple times today and say, no, we're not doing that. If we're not reading, if we're not educating ourselves, doing things that would be approved of in the sight of Allah, we're not doing it, period. um, I've definitely been watching the clock, as I stated before. And I'm acting like this clock really owes me money, and it doesn't, which is crazy. Shaitan is just extra loud today, for real, for real. It's testing my patience, my attitude, and my intentions. Small things feel really, really big for me today. I'm not sure why. And emotions, they're really close to the surface. Like yesterday, at my job, I was awarded recognition and a badge for doing something as far as like helping customers and helping my associates when they had like a line and they needed assistance. To me, I'm just doing what I think is right. I'm helping my fellow teammates like I would want them to help me. But somebody saw that and wanted to recognize me. And of course, there's a monetary gain with it, which is fine. It's great. But when they recognized me, I was in the process of attending a class. So literally, with my emotions, I literally started crying while getting the reward, but I'm also on camera in my class. So that was just a crazy day in itself yesterday. But I attribute that to my estrogen levels just being extra high right now with being on my menstrual. But I'm thankful, you know, that somebody noticed. You know, a lot of the times I don't want to be recognized on certain things. Some things I do, some things I don't. What I want to be recognized as is just being a good person, being a person of integrity, being a woman of substance, being a woman of value. Those are the things that I want to be recognized on. But in that moment, I was just a straight crybaby, not even gonna lie. Everybody was just so surprised, but I had to tell them, like, it's just my period. I'm just extra emotional. But it's also in preparation for this first day. I was going through a lot of emotions, and I'm still going through a lot of emotions, and I know you guys are too. And it's okay. These emotions will pass, and you'll have clarity. I know I will. But I've definitely had to just sit with myself and sit with my emotions during this time. All right, y'all. So now let's get into the nitty gritty. Food cravings and thirst. Baby, my mouth is dry and I'm over here talking my little mouth off. Baby, it's dry. Like, I put the question, why do you suddenly want food that you've never even eaten? Like, I was fantasizing about food today at work. Like, already thinking about how it's going to taste going down my esophagus. I was just being that greedy. And it's horrible to say that, but this is just me being transparent. It's just being honest. I'm going to say the stuff that you probably are thinking, but you're not going to say, but I'm going to say it. I'm just going to keep it 100. My mouth is super dry, as I stated. Water is like a dream to me. Like, I'm dreaming about it. Like, I can't wait to fill my Stanley cup up with some ice and just chug. Like, that's probably one of the first things I'm gonna do is definitely chug some water. Um, I'm not watching TV because I know that there's gonna be food commercials. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start thinking about food some more. So I have been avoiding TV. I think I'm gonna go ahead and fast from TV as much as I can during this Ramadan. I also have been thinking about just removing TV out of my room, and if I choose to watch TV, it will be me having to get up and go into my living room and watch TV there and have that apart from my bedroom. Let my bedroom be for rest, for rejuvenation, for beauty, and also just to read and educate myself. That's what I want this space to be. All right, my next note. On this day, you realize how much you take basic necessities for granted, and it's true. Can you imagine living in third world countries or living in Gaza where people are going through starvation? People are being ravaged, people are being abused, people are being killed, children, women, men. I think about those things. I think about how blessed we are. I think about how grateful I want to continue to be, how much more of service I want to be to those that are less fortunate. Those are things that I start to reflect on. And I understand what they say about this time is definitely a time of self-reflection and improving. What are things that you are going to remove out of your life? What are things that habits that you're going to improve on, even beyond Ramadan? I don't want to just start habits during Ramadan and not continue them. No, I want them to be continued acts that I do on a regular basis that just become regular habits. They're not just for Ramadan. No, there are certain things that I'm going to cut out of my life that surpass Ramadan. I don't want to do anymore, and that's okay. I know that they are for my betterment. I know that they are for my excellence of what I want to be as a woman. So those are just things that, going forward, maybe to think about during this time of your Ramadan. So as a mom, let's talk about the productivity struggles. Baby, I am so happy that there wasn't any school today for my kids because can you imagine how I was feeling this morning? Made me something to eat, had some coffee, but then having to get my daughter to school, then run and get myself to work just to come home a little bit early because I had things that I needed to do and I just wasn't feeling my best. That would have been a struggle for sure. So I'm definitely glad that they were home due to observance of Ash Wednesday. Um, but let's just say it, work, school, errands, everything just feels really, really heavy today. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. There's times where you might feel guilty, like I feel guilty, for not being as productive. Like when I came home from work, I folded all my clothes. Like I made sure to keep myself a little bit busy because I started to feel guilty. Like I didn't want to seem like I was being unproductive. So I felt like I needed to keep moving, and I did that. And then I took time to read Quran and look over my dua book and do self-reflection, journal. I did journal a little bit as well. But you always want to remember, Ramadan isn't really supposed to be for doing more. It's about being more intentional. I definitely want to be more intentional on being a better Muslim, being a better woman. Those are things that I am reflecting on during this Ramadan. And that's what you need to understand. Ramadan is about intention. What is your intention? All right, so in this last part about my first night or first day of Ramadan, correction, sorry. Um, I see it as a spiritual reset. This has definitely been a reset for me. The beauty of the first day is that the struggle equals reward. That is my mantra for today. The struggle equals reward. Every hunger pang, every moment of patience, it counts. All of that counts. Um, Allah sees our effort, sees my effort, sees your efforts, especially on the hardest day. So, if today was hard for you, kudos to you. You made it through. We both did. You're fasting. I hope that you had a great meal after Maghrib prayer, and you definitely go into tomorrow with a better plan of what you want your intentions to be during this Ramadan. Days 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure that they are intentional for you. And let me know. See, like, let me know how your days are going. How was your first day of Ramadan? Mine was definitely crazy, but I'm thankful either way. I'm thankful that I picked up the camera. Like, I took the intention to be more active and wanting to share my experience with other reverts, because I'm a revert. I was not born Muslim. I made this choice on my own. And I'll do a separate story on what were the things that led to me choosing to revert into Islam. And it was the best decision for me. I was not in a perfect place, and I'm not in a perfect place now, but Allah took me as I was and as I am currently, and I am making the intention to be a better woman, and that's all that matters. So thank you for taking this time to come to my part of the corner of the world. I am so thankful for you, and I give you nothing but blessings during this Ramadan, and I will see you guys later. Bye.
الله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن